Why AI music is winning and it's not about talent. There's a popular narrative right now that artificial intelligence is taking over the music industry, that machines are replacing artists, that technology is killing creativity. But that story skips something important. AI didn't walk into a healthy system and dominate it. It walked into a system that was already hollowed out. And that matters. This documentary isn't an attack on artists. It's not nostalgia for a past that never really existed. It's an honest look at why audiences disconnected from human music long before AI showed up, and why machines are now filling the space that was left behind. Because the uncomfortable truth is this: AI isn't winning because it's better. It's winning because the bar dropped. For decades, music was built on scarcity. Artists were rare, access was limited, mystique mattered. You didn't see your favorite artist every day. You didn't know their opinions on everything. You didn't watch them argue online or chase trends in real time. You met them through the music. And that distance allowed imagination to do its work. Mystique wasn't marketing, it was oxygen. Then social media changed the contract. Artists stopped being distant figures and became constant presences. Posting daily, responding instantly, explaining themselves endlessly. The mystery disappeared, and once mystery dies, projection dies with it. When the fans no longer have space to imagine, they stop forming deep emotional bonds. The artist becomes content, and content is replaceable. At the same time, something else shifted. The industry stopped rewarding mastery. It started rewarding output. Consistency over quality, volume over vision, and visibility over vulnerability. Music became part of the hustle economy. Release fast, stay relevant, feed the algorithm. Craft became optional. This is the part people don't like to hear. A lot of modern artists aren't trying to be great. They're trying to be profitable. They're not studying music. They're not studying analytics. They're not building catalogs. They're building moments. And audiences feel that. Even if they can't articulate it, they feel it. When effort disappears, connection disappears. When everything sounds rushed, nothing feels meaningful. When the music feels like content, listeners stop treating it like art. And once listeners stop caring who made the song, talent stops being the differentiator. That's the opening AI walkthrough. AI doesn't need passion. It doesn't need struggle. It doesn't need a backstory. It doesn't need years of discipline. It just needs data. And right now, the data says most listeners want familiar sounds, predictable structure, constant supply. AI excels at that. Not because it's inspired, because the market no longer demands inspiration. Companies creating AI artists aren't betting against musicians. They're betting against audience attention spans. They know most people aren't sitting with albums anymore. They're skipping, playlisting, background listening. In that environment, the emotional difference between a human and a machine shrinks, especially when the human effort already feels thin. This is where the conversation gets uncomfortable. See, people want to believe AI is stealing something sacred, but sacred things don't get replaced this easily. They erode first. The connection eroded when artists overshared instead of creating distance. Money became the primary motivator. Speed replaced patience, and image replaced substance. AI didn't cause that. It capitalized on it. There was a time when talent was unmistakable. You could hear effort, you could hear discipline, you could hear hunger, pain, and obsession. Today, much of what's released sounds optimized, not earned. And when music stops sounding earned, listeners stop investing emotionally. They don't care who made it, They just want it to fit the mood. AI thrives in mood-based consumption. It doesn't need belief. It doesn't need loyalty. It just needs engagement. And the industry already trained audiences to consume music that way. So when AI showed up offering infinite output, no scandals, no delays, no ego, no inconsistency, the transition felt natural, not shocking. This doesn't mean human artists are finished, but it does mean the era of coasting on identity is ending. Being human is no longer enough. Being visible is no longer enough. Being outside is no longer enough. If the music doesn't move people, they will move on to anyone or anything. The artists who will survive this shift won't be the ones chasing trends. They'll be the ones rebuilding meaning, reintroducing effort, reclaiming mystery, and creating depth instead of volume. Because AI can imitate sound, but it cannot replace felt experience unless humans stop offering it. The real question isn't whether AI is winning, it's why so many artists made winning this easy. Why the focus shifted from craft to cash. Why the relationship between listener and creator weakened. Why hustle replaced devotion. AI didn't break music. It exposed what music had already become. A system optimized for output, not soul. And in a system like that, machines don't feel out of place. They feel inevitable. This isn't an ending, it's a reckoning. And the artists who take it seriously will remind people why human creation mattered in the first place. This is Invisible Systems Docs.